Black and White Network, you may know this little virus known as the coronavirus, COVID-19, and the Omicron variant, or as Mr. Biden likes to call it, the Omicron variant, because the man apparently can't read very well. But I digress. COVID misinformation. What is that? Because I believe that COVID misinformation, what it truly means is if you disagree with the left on COVID, then you are spreading misinformation. It's just that simple. But when people on the left spread true COVID misinformation, like Mr. Biden saying this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, nobody calls them out because leftists can do whatever they want to do. They control the mainstream media. They have a lot of institutional power, so they can get away with everything, anything. But what we're going to be talking about here in this video, you actually have somebody on the Supreme Court that spreads probably the most insane COVID misinformation that we have seen yet. And I'm talking about Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Because, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Sonia Sotomayor roasted after spreading false information about child COVID hospitalizations. We have over 100,000 children in serious condition, many on ventilators, Sotomayor claimed. Folks, we know that this is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. Now, one thing that is true, you have way more virus cases than at any time in the pandemic because Mr. Biden has failed on his promise to shut down the virus. He's not shutting down the virus. He should have never said that. And anybody believed that he was actually going to shut down the virus, you got duped, okay? But let's read this. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor came under withering criticism Friday after she falsely suggested that upwards of 100,000 children in the United States of America are hospitalized from COVID-19, many of them on ventilators. Oh my goodness, man. This is bad. Once you guys find out the real number, you're just going to say, how in the world could she mix up those numbers? Because it's all about COVID fear porn. They want to keep everybody in fear for the rest of their lives because COVID pretty much gave Democrats control. But hopefully, people wake up. Now, when it comes to Supreme Court justices, they're not elected. They're appointed by the president. The Senate has to vote on it. And then they're pretty much in the Supreme Court for life until they die or until they want to retire. But here we go. During oral arguments on the Biden administration's mandate on private businesses for employees to either be vaccinated or frequently tested, Sotomayor drastically overstated the number of young people who have fallen severely ill from coronavirus. Quote, "We have hospitals that are almost at full capacity with people severely ill on ventilators. We have over 100,000 children, which we've never seen before, in serious condition, many on ventilators," she said. This is a 100% lie. This isn't even misinformation. This is a lie. This is a flat out lie. And that is her right there. A Supreme Court justice, a leftist, that is able to say this and really have no consequences. This is just unbelievable. Greg Price here on Twitter. Here's Justice Sotomayor saying that hospitals are almost at full capacity and that there are over 100,000 children hospitalized with COVID, many on ventilators. None of those things are true, not even close. And folks, the real number, it says it right here. While there are more children hospitalized now than at any point during the pandemic, according to the CDC, the 7-day average of pediatric hospitalizations was around 3,700 this week, according to the Washington Post. As with prior strains of the virus, younger people are at far less risk than old ones of severe outcomes from coronavirus. 3,700 total across the United States. And we have what, roughly 330 million people in the US? I don't know how many kids, but 3,700? Man, that's probably like the population of my community out here right outside of Houston. That's pretty much it. And these kids, we don't know if they're necessarily hospitalized because of COVID. Now, they could be hospitalized with COVID. There is a difference right there. This is just unbelievable, man. And our friend Clay Travis here. Justice Sotomayor's comment on 100,000 children in serious condition with COVID is such a flagrantly untrue statement. She should have to correct it after the argument. It's embarrassing for the Supreme Court to allow that factual inaccuracy to occur in an oral argument. Now, guys, I hope that her colleagues called her out on this, because this is just ridiculous right here. This is almost worse than Mr. Biden saying that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's a flat out lie, too. But 100,000 kids hospitalized? No, that's just not true. Rebecca Heinrichs, inexcusable for a Supreme Court justice to peddle this fear-mongering false information. I wonder if she's actually on Twitter. And if she is and she's saying stuff like this, I hope that Twitter, flags her for this. But we know how Twitter is, so I digress. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of a Supreme Court justice just flat out lying? She had to know this was a lie, because I don't believe for 1 second that she can actually come out and say, you know what? I read this information somewhere. Apparently it's not true. No, you knew this was not true. A Supreme Court justice flat out lying like this. And you know what, guys? There are some dumb people out there that are actually going to believe her. You know why? Because she's a Democrat. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans. Wow. Just unbelievable that she actually said that. In session in an oral argument on Mr. Biden's illegal vaccine mandates. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.